The last kilometre or so to the frontline trenches of this conflict in eastern Ukraine is always by foot. The separatist positions are never far away. The trenches that now stretch hundreds of miles in higgledy-piggledy length are defensive. But essentially, they're an overwatch system to keep an eye on the movement of the Russian-backed separatists and, more importantly, any incursion by the Russian army. And there's been more activity? At night particularly, yeah? We're surrounded. Conditions here are miserable and dangerous. The troop commander explained our position, essentially in the middle of the separatists. Understood, understood. The soldiers say in recent weeks there's been more activity and more firing from the separatist side. The snowy hillock and towers are their opponents' lines. It really isn't far at all. It is easy to forget that this conflict has been going on since 2014. The scars of the fighting are everywhere. Abandoned and destroyed buildings litter the landscape. The villages and towns on the front line aren't always deserted, but they're very quiet now, and few people venture outside if they can avoid it. Well, these towns in eastern Ukraine are very remote, but they were very, very busy. Those things have changed now because they are actually the front line. When you see things like this, as your houses that took direct hits by rockets from the separatist side, it's easy to understand why most people have decided to get out of town. The only ones who have stayed behind now are really those who can't get out and have got nowhere to go. 72-year-old Olga Mihailovna has stayed behind with her husband. The rest of her extended family left as the fighting intensified. Her sister's house was destroyed. She's scared, but isn't moving.
Страшно, страшно. Ну, война есть война. Так что, если с градов стреляли, что можно? Целую неделю нас тут гатили. Целую неделю нас так гатили. Как вы думаете-то?
While the diplomatic moves and prime ministerial meetings take place, both in Ukraine and abroad, the fact is that the two sides are stuck, battle lines drawn. And to them, there's nothing to suggest things will change.
От этих встреч я ничего не ожидаю. Как я был здесь на посту, я таки буду. Ничего для меня не изменится.
There is a real sense that this freezing front line is frozen, waiting for some sort of breakthrough that could relieve the tension. That or another round of bloodshed. Stuart Ramsey, Sky News, Eastern Ukraine.